In the quiet stillness of ancient Japan, long before the neon lights crowded cities and the rush of modern life, there existed a world shaped by honor, discipline, and the soft whisper of steel. This is the world of samurai, a warrior class whose legacy continues to echo across centuries. Tonight, as you drift into deep rest, allow your mind to travel back in time, into misty mountains, wooden temples, cherry blossom field, and the serene, disciplined world of these legendary warriors. Our journey begins more than 1,000 years ago, during the Heian period. Japan was not yet the unified country we know today. Instead, it was a vast land of powerful clans, provincial lords, and shifting alliances. The emperor ruled from the capital, but his reach into the countryside was limited. Local clans gained power. They needed skilled fighters to protect their lands, their wealth, and their honor. From this need, the earliest form of the samurai emerged, not as noble, refined warriors, but as fierce protectors of clan territories. Imagine the landscape: dense forests, flowing rivers, and wooden fortresses rising from mist-covered valleys. In these early days, the samurai were mounted archers, riding through forests with breathtaking speed and accuracy. Their bows were long, their arrows silent, and their presence commanded both fear and respect. But even then, beneath their warrior nature, a strict sense of discipline guided them. It was the beginning of what would later grow into the Bushido code, the way of the warrior. As centuries passed, the samurai evolved. By the time of the Kamakura period, Japan saw the rise of the first shogunate. The emperor still existed, but true power shifted to the shogun, a powerful military leader. This was the moment when the samurai became the backbone of Japanese society. They served their lords, trained endlessly, and lived with a sharp awareness that death was always near. To live as a samurai was to accept that one's life existed in service, loyalty, and readiness to sacrifice everything. Picture a samurai rising before dawn. The faint sound of bamboo leaves brushing in the morning breeze, the soft clatter of armor being prepared, and the ritual of sharpening a katana with perfect concentration. Every motion was meditation. Every breath carried purpose. Their armor, though beautiful, was functional. Lacquered plates, cords of silk, and a helmet often decorated with horns or crests representing their clan. Their swords were more than weapons. They were spiritual companions, forged with care, folded repeatedly until transformed into perfect edges of steel. But the samurai were not only fighters. They valued poetry, calligraphy, and the simplicity of nature. Many were scholars, artists, and philosophers. They believed that a warrior must be balanced, both gentle and strong, capable of reflection even while preparing for battle. During the Mongol invasions of the 13th century, the samurai faced one of their greatest challenges. Massive fleets in the Mongol Empire approached Japan's shores, bringing disciplined armies unlike anything the samurai had ever encountered. The battles were ferocious, filled with the thunder of arrows and the roar of clashing steel. But nature intervened. A powerful storm swept across the ocean, destroying much of the Mongol fleet. The Japanese believed the storm was divine, the kamikaze, the divine wind, sent by the gods to protect their land. These victories strengthened the samurai spirit, reinforcing their belief that dedication, loyalty, and divine protection guided their path. Centuries later, during the Sengoku period, Japan fell into chaos, a time known as the Age of Warring States. Clans fought endlessly for dominance. Castles rose across the landscape. Generals sought power, and samurai fought battle after battle, forging legends still remembered today. This era gave rise to iconic figures such as Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu, three leaders who would eventually bring peace to a fractured nation. For the samurai, this era tested every part of their identity. Battles were relentless. Tactics evolved, and the katana became the symbol of ultimate skill. But even in warfare, beauty existed. Cherry blossoms falling over armor, the morning mist covering battlefields, and the deep silence of nights in temporary camps, where samurai sat quietly, writing poetry or contemplating life's impermanence. When Tokugawa Ieyasu finally unified Japan in 1603, the Tokugawa shogunate ushered in an age of peace that lasted over 250 years. With peace came transformation. The warrior class no longer fought constant battles. Many samurai became administrators, teachers, and thinkers. Their swords remain at their sides, but their minds turn toward education, governance, and philosophy. The Bushido code was refined into virtues: righteousness, courage, benevolence, respect, honesty, honor, and loyalty. Even in peace, the samurai maintained strict discipline. They practiced martial arts, studied Zen Buddhism, and carried an awareness of life's fleeting nature, reflected in the concept of mono no aware, the gentle sadness of things passing. But as the world changed, so did Japan. The arrival of Western ships in the mid-1800s began a new era. The government restructured. The samurai class, once the heart of Japan's military and cultural identity, was gradually dissolved. Their sword were banned in public. Their privileges ended. Many struggled to adapt to the new order of modern Japan. Some resisted, leading to the famous Satsuma Rebellion, where thousands of samurai made a final stand for their way of life. And yet, even after their era ended, the spirit of the samurai lived on, in martial arts, in Japanese culture, in the values of discipline, honor, calm focus, and dedication. Today, samurai remain symbols of strength, wisdom, and resilience. Their stories inspire films, books, and legends around the world. But beyond all the dramatization lies a simple truth. The samurai were humans, thoughtful, disciplined, sometimes flawed, often poetic, and always connected to a deeper sense of purpose. So tonight, as you close your eyes and let your mind gently drift, picture a peaceful Japan of long ago. Imagine the soft sound of a bamboo fountain, the rustle of silk kimono in a quiet temple courtyard, and the distant silhouette of a samurai walking beneath cherry blossoms, his sword shining softly beneath the moonlight. Let their world calm your thoughts. Let their discipline bring peace to your mind. Let their legacy guide you into deep, restful sleep. Because the history of the samurai is not just a story of warriors. It is a story of calm, a story of honor, a story of balance, a story that, even now, whispers gently across time. Tonight, you have walked beside them. Now rest peacefully, and let the timeless spirit of the samurai watch over your dreams.